Connor's Cause came up on its own once our son Connor was diagnosed with cancer. There was a groundswell of support from all of our friends, and little did we know that that would end up becoming Connor's Cause for Children, months later.
Finding out your child has a terminal illness is one of the most devastating things that can happen to any parent. And along with all the emotional issues that come into play, there are the medical bills to be paid. Even with insurance, they can mount very quickly. Well, now a local group is helping families deal with their financial burden. News 8 Health reporter Sandra Moss is here with that story.
Hal, when a serious illness strikes, even middle-income and affluent families can be wiped out financially. A local group is working to help these people get through the tough times. The group is called Connor's Cause for Children. It was started just over a year ago to help one brave little boy.
I got shoes on.
You did? Connor Champ was a smart, fun-loving 4-year-old. He was a proud big brother to Kyle. In his parents' eyes, Connor was the perfect child. Then, last year, tragedy struck.
His eye started moving over to the left, and we had that checked out, and they thought it was something deeper. And he had an MRI and discovered the tumor.
The news got even worse. The tumor was cancerous and inoperable. Connor's parents made sure he got the best treatment possible.
He ended up having chemotherapy and radiation, and towards the end, lots of concentrated home care. The last things on our mind were to think about the nuts and bolts of how we're going to get through it with medical bills and whatnot. It was just such a shock.
Even families that make a good living can be financially devastated by a catastrophic illness, and that's what Connor's Cause is all about. The organization helps San Diego County families who don't qualify for any kind of assistance. The organization paid for much of Connor's home care, including his special bed and chair.
The fact that we didn't have to worry about where the money was going to come from for a lot of these things that weren't covered by insurance was great.
Unfortunately, the best medical treatment could not save Connor. He died last July. But his memory and name live on. Connor's Cause is now helping other San Diego County children.
And it's an honor to our son that he's touched a lot of people's lives.
And I hope you love me too.
Tanner is my boy. He's 11 years old. He's the number 2 apple of my eye. I have number 1 is my daughter, number 2 is Tanner, and we always say that to them, but he's my number 1 boy. He has Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. It is a muscle progressive condition that eventually robs them of their life.
When your child has a life-threatening illness, your whole focus in your life turns to that child. Everything else in the periphery gets almost forgotten.
My daughter is 15 and a half. She has a condition that she was diagnosed with shortly after our son, where she has tumors on her larynx. And she's this far undergone 71, 72 surgeries next week. She's an amazingly strong, compassionate young lady and who's endured more than most 15-year-olds should ever endure in their life.
The requests from families was kind of unexpected for us in the very beginning when a need sprang up for much more basic things that needed to be taken care of, like utility bills and gas cards to transportation for appointments that families needed. And we are able to ease the burden for families and that they don't have to think about things like that.
It was about 9 years ago. Our son had just been diagnosed with Duchenne's, and we were just getting our arms around everything. I took some time away from work, sabbatical. We'd made the decision that we were going to be one parent work, one parent stay home. And 2 weeks after he was diagnosed, our daughter was diagnosed. And we were just kind of in this place of trying to figure out how we were going to go forward and what we were going to do. And it was a caseworker at Children's Hospital said, you know, there's this organization, you might want to reach out to them, see if they can help. And so we reached out to Connor's Cause and asked if we could get help, and they helped us.
Connor's Cause mission statement is to ease the burden for families with children that have life-threatening illnesses. Having that perspective, being involved with Connor's Cause since, that never leaves us, and we know what these families are going through.
It's nice to know that there are other people and there's an organization out there that gets it, that have been through it firsthand. I mean, you know, the champs know firsthand what we're going through.
It's a real legacy to our son that, you know, with his name being associated with it, that it's something that, you know, really good that has come from the whole situation.
So we've helped over 300 families a year for all these years since Connor passed away, and over 4,000 total children.
On one hand, it makes us feel great that we can offer this support, and on the other hand, we just can't help every single person who applies. So if the breadth of Connor's Cause grew, that would be great for families that have, you know, few places to turn for, you know, some basic needs.
One of the great things that we love about Connor's Cause is it's a grassroots organization who helps not just one specific condition. They will help a variety. They are not disease specific. And when you have kids that have long-term medical conditions or very rare medical conditions, in the case of our daughter, Connor's Cause is there.